So today I'm going to be reviewing a fragrance from Amouage. This one is called Jubilation. So I got a bottle of this one here. Finally got a sample of it a while ago, and this was one that I had to pick up a full bottle of. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you my thoughts on it, what I think of it, when you can wear it, how it performs, and things like that. So if that sounds interesting, let's go and jump into the review. So this fragrance has a ton of notes in it. In the opening, when I first spray it, I get this creamy and balsamic mixture of notes. There's oud, there's benzoin, there's honey, there's blackberry. It's definitely very unique, very interesting. And again, when I first spray it, nothing really sticks out to me too much. Like if I had to pick which note sticks out the most, like I said, it's mostly a mixture of notes. And again, it gives this balsamic and oud mixture of a smell. It also comes across a little bit smoky to my nose. I don't believe incense is listed as a note, but it does have a little bit of like a smoky smell to it, almost like a smoky texture, if that makes sense. Again, that's not really listed as a note, but I do kind of get something that smells, like a smoky type of scent. It's woody, it's smoky, it's a little bit spicy. It even has a little bit of this fresh type of smell too, which I like. Again, like I said, very interesting mix of notes here, and it's something that isn't going to be for everyone. This doesn't change too much throughout, the different stages on my skin. Stays pretty much the same. It does go through the typical transitions through the opening to the dry down, but like I said, for the most part, it doesn't change too awfully much. Again, what I get the most of is oud. I get that benzoin, and the dry down, again, I'm still getting some of that oud, that smoky feel, the benzoin, the honey. There's some cinnamon as well. Like I said, there's a ton of notes, and I definitely don't pick up on all of them. I'm just trying to list off the ones that I do pick up on, because again, there are tons of them, but that's mostly what I get. And again, it's a very unique mixture of notes. It's a very unique fragrance in general. This isn't a mass-pleasing type of fragrance. This is one that not everyone is going to like. This is one that's going to potentially need to grow on you, because again, like I said, not everyone's going to like it. Some people may not like it from the first spray, and you might need to let it grow on you a little bit. For me, this was one that I did like right when I first sprayed it from my sample, and I knew I had to get a bottle of it. But again, it does smell fantastic, but again, it's definitely not going to be for everyone. So when can you wear Jubilation? Definitely more of a fall and winter scent. That's pretty much about it. I would say this stuff is way too strong and way too thick, and it has way too much depth to be worn in the summer heat. I just wouldn't do it. I'm sure there are people that do it, and that's fine. But when you look at this and when you look at the notes, definitely made for the colder weather. And again, like I said, that's what it's for, fall and winter. Here where we are now, where it's getting cold, this stuff works great because it cuts through the air really, really good. It's got, like I said, a ton of depth to where it can withstand the cold air, and it just really pushes through, and it really does good. So definitely a fall and winter scent. Now, as far as occasions like when you can wear this in the fall and winter, this definitely isn't the most versatile fragrance there is. Like I said, this is very unique. It's not going to be for everyone, and with that being said, usually with fragrances like that, they aren't going to be the most versatile either. So when would I wear this? Probably more for just either as a personal fragrance for myself, or for certain situations, maybe dressed up, maybe out to a dinner or something like that is when I would wear it the most. But like I said, for me, when I'm going to be wearing this the most, probably just as a personal fragrance. This isn't one that I'm probably going to wear out that much, like out in public. I just not going to want to do it that much. Again, I love the scent. I think it smells great, but this is one of those ones where it's more of a personal fragrance for me. It's one that I love to smell and just enjoy for myself, but not necessarily wear it out in public and, around a bunch of people. It will still do great in that situation, and I'm sure it will pull compliments. But for me, I just wouldn't be in enough of those situations, like maybe, dressed up out to a dinner or something like that, to where I would wear it as much out in public. So definitely more of a personal fragrance for me. This is one that I'm going to be wearing a lot throughout the holidays coming up. just because it does kind of have like a Christmas type of smell, just something that kind of reminds me of Christmas and of the holidays and things like that. So again, versatility, not very versatile. Again, it is a very specific fragrance. It's very unique, and it's also pretty strong, which I'll get into later. So yeah, that's pretty much when you can wear it and how versatile it is. Again, not going to be for every situation. It's not going to be super versatile. It's not like Dolce & Gabbana The One, but if you wanted to, you probably could wear it in a decent amount of situations. Maybe to work if you wanted to, although I would caution you to just go less sprays if you do want to wear it to work. It might not be the best idea, but I'm just trying to throw out some ideas. So let's talk about performance on this one. Performance actually pretty good, and I just want to point out magnetic cap. So this isn't the vintage click-on cap. I saw one of those on eBay for a good price. I should have bought it. I don't know if it's still there or not. It might be. So again, this is the magnetic cap, and it performs good on me. Is it as beastly as the vintage ones are claimed to be? Probably not. Again, I haven't tried those, but from what I've heard, the vintage formulations of this were even stronger. But this stuff here I have is still plenty strong. It still performs plenty good for me and for my situations. And this is kind of one of those situations where I'm actually okay with the fact that they tone this down a little bit, because again, that does make it a little bit more wearable. It makes it a little bit more versatile. If you have a fragrance that is super potent, like Interlude from the same house, Amouage, that stuff is very strong, and it's going to be harder to wear that in a lot of occasions just because of how strong it is. So while a lot of people complain that they watered this down or tamed it down a little bit or whatever, I'm okay with that. I think that's fine because it still performs good on me. And like I said earlier, it makes it a little bit more versatile. So performance, what are we looking at? Longevity, I'm getting about 9 or so hours on skin, sometimes pushing up into the 10-hour mark on skin. And again, this is coming from the bottle, not a sample or a decant. So 9 to 10 hours, somewhere around there of longevity. Projection, it's moderate. Again, it's not a beast. Maybe the older versions were projected a lot more than this one, but mine definitely doesn't project out like a beast. It does push out decently though. I would say somewhere in the middle, maybe slightly above the middle range, slightly above average. So again, plenty good for me. Easily all I need when I'm looking for performance. So definitely a plus there. Definitely gets the job done. Really wouldn't change anything about it. I think it does great in performance. So talking about compliments on this one, how does it do? Like I said earlier, it's not going to be your huge mass pleasing compliment getting, crazy type of fragrance. This is a niche fragrance. This is an Amouage fragrance. It's got a very interesting mix of notes, so it's not really going to be a huge compliment getter. Will this get you compliments though? Absolutely it will. There are going to be people that really like the smell of this on you, but again, it's not going to be for everyone. So this is one of those ones, like I said before, where if you are a girl who likes your men to smell clean and fresh and like just out of the shower and things like that, you might not like this one as much because this is not a clean and fresh fragrance. This is a very sweet, smoky, woody, oud fragrance. Definitely not clean and fresh. It is very unique. It's got a ton of depth. It's not like a freshie that is very, very flat, so to say, with not a lot of depth. This one's got a lot of depth. There's a ton of stuff going on in this thing. So for the people who like fragrances like that, probably going to love this one. But for the people who just like a clean, simple, fresh smelling fragrance, this probably isn't going to be your favorite. And again, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just trying to, give you this information so you can decide for yourself if this is something you'd want to try. So definitely, will it get you compliments from the right people? Yeah, it'll definitely get you positive attention, but it's not going to be one of those ones that are going to get you a ton of them. There are tons of other fragrances out there that will get you more compliments than this, and even one from Amouage that'll get you more would probably be Reflection Man. That one's more floral, more light, more fresh, and that's probably going to get you more positive attention than this one would. And that's just kind of how it is. So if you are looking for specifically compliments and you want to stick with Amouage, then maybe look at Reflection Man, or maybe Bracken Man. That one's more of like a woody fougere type of scent. But this one, like I said, it will get you compliments from the right people. just not going to be a huge overall compliment getter. So talking about price on this fragrance, how much can you pick it up for? You can pick up the 100 ml bottles for around, I've seen anywhere from 130 to like 160, 170, just depending on where you look. I got mine off of eBay from, you know, a private seller a while ago for, ended up being a little bit over, I think it was like $140, $138, $140, something like that. So in my opinion, that's a great price for this fragrance, 100 ml in a tester bottle though, or a tester box, but it does come with the cap, which is nice. And I think that's a great deal. I wouldn't pay much more than like 170, 180, because I think you can find them cheaper anywhere. You can hit up Alan at Beverly Hills Perfumery. He carries these and he'll usually match prices for you. He's a great guy to work with, so you can pick them up there. I think FragranceNet has them for around 140 or something like that, but then you had to pay shipping and you have to wait, you know, 2 weeks to get it. So there are plenty of places where you can get it from at a good deal, but I would say the 130 to maybe 150 range is about where you're going to be looking to pay for a 100 ml. And when you're talking about niche, that is a great price. That is not very expensive at all for 100 ml. Anyways, there are a lot of niche fragrances that are, you know, even more than that for a 50 ml bottle, which is crazy expensive. But this, very affordable stuff if you know where to look, and definitely worth the price. Smells fantastic, performs good, and overall it's just a great scent. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review. My final thoughts on Jubilation. I really enjoy the scent a lot. I think it's fantastic. I'm glad to own a bottle. I'm going to be wearing it a lot. Like I said, this coming up holiday area time we're getting into, going to be wearing it a lot. It smells great. Do I recommend you blind buy this one? Absolutely not. Definitely get a sample of this one because it's not going to be for everyone. And also, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and do a giveaway with this one. I have a sample of it, a carded sample of it somewhere. I actually can't find it right now. I was just looking for it up there. If I can't find it, I'll just give you a sample from my bottle here. But I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway just for the heck of it. So if you want to win, enter a giveaway for a sample of Jubilation. All you got to do, make sure you like and subscribe, and then leave a comment down below saying you want to be entered. And then in a week or so, I will pick someone from the random comment picker and then make an announcement in one way or another. Either pin your comment, or I'll, you know, make a post in the community tab on my channel, and you'll be the winner. So again, it might be a carded sample if I can find it, but if not, it'll just be a small sample from my bottle. So yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. And that's going to do it for me, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.